everyone, my name is Adilson, and this is my first time that I have one experience totally different that I used to. And my experience is to talk about it in English all the time. I know that it can represent like a impossible mission because to say a different languages requires you pay attention. You always concentrate the maximum of the words in order for not forget the sentence, the nouns, and pronouns, and other characteristics that we can use it in our day by day. But I got to make this effort to try to understand. I know that I'm gonna stumble down in many occasions because I'm not used to say all the times one different language. Because I'm Brazilian, I speak just only Portuguese. But if I have a different experience and try to say English, for me it will become something new. After all, besides say English, I try to learn another language, as for example French, which I think is very complicated to say because have a different pronunciation and compared to the English. And this is and particularly the obstacles that I can have to overpass. But in terms of learning a different language, there is a little secret that you got to pay attention. And the secret is consists in one thing that you need to perceive is one thing that will working out with your subconscious. And the secrets I'm going to reveal right now. Do you have the curiosity, right? Well, I'm going to say what is the secrets for you learn a different language as examples of the English. Instead of trying to concentrate in the isolated words, you got to concentrate in the whole sentence or the some sentence into using the keywords. And this is keywords, they work together as combinations. As for example, I'm gonna say to one little example, and when you talk about the books on the table, this is one a whole sentence that you makes things about the book on table. And these three words is makes you form the completely the idea of what you mean to say. And for example, if you replaces the simple phrase the books on the table and using the other combinations that involves books table, you can say, I forget the books on the table, I got to take the books on the table, and the book that you see is on the table, the book that you're looking for is on the table. And do you remember that I have one book on the table or over the table? So you could perceive that we can use in the many combinations of the same phrase. And another things which is most interesting that you're saying when you're trying to say a different language is that you got to use in the one sentence or things that makes effect or to following the reasoning line. As for example, when you say about the mountain and when you have a purpose to climb to the mountains, for example, this is represented one certain kinds of purpose that you have to do. This is one kind of actions that you really want to do. We'll climb the mountain. We'll go swim at the pool. You go ride by bicycle. You go walk on foot. I got to run away from here. You see? There is many phrases that you can use by simply combining the words. And there is a compound words that we are saying, and this is compound words is very important. This is the key words that will make it to explain anything that you really want. And absolutely you can go far away. You can go beyond your imagination. And other things is that I think is very interesting just for me, in my case, I think it was very interesting to pay attention to what the other sayings and in terms on the phrases, on expressions, and try to imitate them. And it seems something very, it's weird to do that, but it really works. By you using the imitation, try to say exactly the phrase the other people say and try to apply in the other occasions, you will be well succeed and then about how to say with more confidence and to speak with more fluency the language. I know that there is one the English is especially is one field very bold to explore, because we have a using to different characters. We can use it at the business, we can use it at your local place of work, we can use it in the events like sports and music and entertainment. In other fields we can use it the terms in English. But the thing most important at this moment, there's no other way to you do that, is just to put into practice and try to say all the time. It seems madness when you're trying to say alone and with yourself the English language, but it's this way that it works. And if you perceive that this is one thing that really results in good benefit for yourself, so I recommend not to stop and just keep on doing what you have to do. And in my cases, I do and several times, and now I practice practically I practice the listening, because I got to improve this field. I think it's very complicated to understand the way they are saying. It seems that they are try to link one word with other words, and they say without making any pause in between the sentence. But little by little I could understand in one phrase or other phrase, and this is really, it makes me feel so good inside, and because I could comprehend the at least and from the 100 persons I can understand at least 75% of listening. But as for the reading and writing, I can understand almost everything. And then I always have one word or other word that I'm going to have a doubt on how to try to fit in this sentence or grammar, but I always have one dictionary next to my to try to recover. And this dictionary that I use is an online dictionary, because we are living technology times, so the things occurs in a fast way. But we can use it other dictionary as the paper dictionary and have the same effect. But the only difference that you can have is just patient to looking for the words, because you got to and try to change the shift is on the sheet of the dictionary, and try to looking for in the manual way. But if you really want to looking for a good dictionary, I recommend this that I have at my site. This dictionary is called the Langman Family Dictionary. As you can see, these are clear, concise, and modern kind to the English language, and have many entries and sub-entries, and certainly will help you to understand better and to open up your mind to reasoning fast and to speak fast, or even to exchange some information which is very important for you, and increases your knowledge, your learning in English. And so I hope that you can enjoy my hint, and if you have some doubts, you can subscribe to my channel that I begin right now. I know that I'm gonna say right now, once again, I ask you, apologize course I'm not completely fluent to say a little bit fast, and so to try to improvise in the English languages right now, but I make efforts. And you can see I don't use any something written in, I don't use a scripture to try to say the words, and I just try to say the words that come up from my mind for you understand that you can do it if you really can. And that's all. And peace for you guys.